What an anticlimax to 1990. The final 2 games being a couple of throwaway American sports titles. It's games like these that really make me consider what I'm doing with my life. I have more games based on football, baseball, and the like than I care to admit to people, as a guy with zero interest in any of these fields. And that's what completionism does to you. It makes you a crazy old fool, and I'll say that with hand on heart. I'm an idiot. But then, you know what? I also have 4 Rugrats games, and 5 games based on the Mary-Kate and Ashley show that little girls and horny old perverts watched in the 90s. So, football, let's get this over with. On first glance, there are quite a few options to choose from. You can play exhibition matches, or take a team of your choice through the playoffs. There are also some 2-player games. You can also choose from 8 different teams. Sure, I don't know the difference between Los Angeles and Denver, the Broncos, but still, that's quite an impressive lineup. It doesn't make a lot of difference in-game. The shirts might be slightly different shades, but with only 4 to choose from, there's not a lot of room to maneuver if you still want to distinguish between teams. So you punt the ball from the kickoff, there's a sliding bar that designates the direction you kick it, and you press A to stop. Then your kicker belts the ball as hard as he can. Now, in rugby, it's helpful to kick the ball as far wide as you can without the ball going out, and I try to do the same thing here. I'm sure American readers are chuckling to themselves at this dumbass Brit who doesn't understand football, but leave me to it. So, some play action happens, like the title, see? Then the game will stop, and you'll have to pick a tactic to use. I remember a friend long ago trying to explain some of the intricacies to me while playing Tecmo Bowl, but none of it really springs to mind here. I just pick one at random. There's one called Blitz, which sounds cool, so I went with that most of the time. When you first start playing, the opponents will pass the ball over your head and score all the time, as it's pretty hard to catch up with a runner. If you've chosen the wrong tactics, then your defenders will be nowhere to be found. Don't get demoralized, team. Keep your heads up and go again. You'll get scored on more than Leeds United, but eventually you'll figure out what you're doing enough to string a few passes together. If you can get close enough to the goalposts and then drop for a break in play, you get the opportunity to try for a field goal. And the mechanics are well done here. Whether you make the kick or not, a referee pops up waving his hands, and in places there's some very clear voice synth going on. It definitely says touchdown, clearly. Well achieved. In fact, I'm a fan of the sound overall. The whistling of the arc that you always get isn't annoying, and the music is very good, adding a feeling of pace to an otherwise plodding match. I'm clearly missing something in how to play this. It's an improvement on NFL football from earlier this year, as you can at least progress a little up the pitch, although the whole thing is still really slow. You think you're getting on pretty well, then look at the map to see you've only made it to the halfway line. Then you get tackled and the ball's turned over. Bah, I'm probably never going to enjoy this sport, whether on a TV or a Game Boy screen. So yeah, I'm sorry that 1990 had to end with a couple of not very exciting titles. Well, I don't know why I'm sorry, I was 3 at the time. Don't worry though, because 1991 is where it starts to get really interesting. Thanks so much for watching this video. Let me know your thoughts on the game down below, and if you can spare a second, give the review a quick thumbs up, it really helps out. Subscribe to the Portable Power Podcast for a new Game Boy review every day from Monday to Friday. Or alternately, new episodes of the podcast drop every Saturday and Sunday on whichever platform you get your pods. See you later on.